Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Jess Unfiltered. If you are new here, my name is Jessica H. I am a mother of 5 children. I'm a full-time content creator. I also run a all-star cheer gym facility as well as I work remotely. So I have a lot of things on my plate that I'm juggling, and that is kind of what encouraged me to create my channel. Literally, I'm running all over the place from time to time. I work full-time remotely at home, which is great, but I also have 5 children, and 4 of those children are living. If you want to find out what happened to my other son, definitely want to stay tuned. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment on my channel. I'm learning to get the hang of talking to the camera or talking in the camera. A lot of times I normally do voiceovers, but I'm working on it. Anyways, again, if you're new to this channel, anything here is real. This is me. None of this is for fake. None of this is for show. This is actually me. If you're not on my social media, you definitely want to go check out my TikTok, my Facebook. I have a lot of good videos there and insight, but I just wanted to get on and have a real conversation with you guys today. I really want to know what it is that you guys look for in content creators that you follow. I have been posting a lot because this is my final year in my 30s. And now that I'm turning 40, life is starting to look a little bit different. There's a lot of things that I used to do in my 20s and in my 30s that it's kind of crazy how you wake up and you no longer have the urge to do those things anymore. I know I was really big on going out in my 20s. I used to go to the club back when the club was safe to go to. But I did used to go to the clubs. Let me start out by, I was born in 86. So when I say go to the club, our club was a little bit different. And we get up and go to work the next morning. I used to work at a gas station. And I can remember a lot of times I would get out of the club probably like 4 o'clock in the morning. We would go to an after hours spot, and then I would be at the gas station and I would still have my armband on from the club. But again, I worked at the gas station, so I would be at the gas station at 6 o'clock in the morning. Nowadays, I just don't know that this generation has that work ethic like what we used to. Like, I used to want to have fun, but I wanted to also make my money, because the only way I could have fun was I had to make money in order to be able to have fun. So I would leave the club, I would go straight to work. And I remember one time, one of my friends, she wanted her hair done, and we had been sitting at the club all night, and I had to work a 6 to 2 shift. So I did have my friend come to my job, and I did her sew-in at the gas station, like in the back office or whatever. So every time, a customer would leave out of the store, I would go in the back and I would do a braid, or I would sew a piece of hair. But the moral of the story is we got things done. I got things done, and I still had fun. Now, fast forward to now, I'm 39, I'm turning 40 November. I really how can I say this? I am a homebody. I pay $200,000 for the house that I live in, and I want to be here in my house. I enjoy being here in my house. I do like to go out sometimes. When I say go out, a really nice dinner or to a movie. Every so often, I would say I might go to like a bar or something, but that's not very often. But I enjoy my house. If I'm going to pay $200,000 for something, I'm going to enjoy it, as you should. But those are just things like in my early 20s and 30s, I don't think that I would have appreciated that as much. I purchased my first home at the age of 32. Me and my husband went through some dealings, and we sold that home. And we ended up buying a new home. And so I've owned 2 homes in my lifetime. And again, I'm 39 going on 40. But it's all a learning experience. But it's also like I've had to start over before. I've had so many different struggles in my life. I've lost a child. I've lived at the Salvation Army before. I used to be on food stamps, Medicaid, housing. All of that is definitely going to be a whole nother episode in itself. But I say that to say you never really know a person's struggle. You know, you guys wouldn't know any of these things about me if I would not have just said it on this video. And I'll get into more details later. However, I just want you guys to know this channel is about the real, the uncut, the unfiltered, the unedited version of myself. And I feel like I'm doing this for me and not for anyone else. It's more so for me. I still work my full-time job. I'm not trying to make $1 million on this app, but I definitely feel like I have a lot of knowledge. I have a lot of experiences that I can share with the world, and I want to do that with you guys. So that's just a quick, brief little intro about me. I already told you guys that I am married. I do have 5 children. So my husband is originally from East Texas. I'm originally from East Texas. So if it sounds like I have an accent, it's just because I'm country. I was born and raised in Chapel Hill, Texas. It's a little small town on the other side of Tyler, Texas, if you're familiar with it. So that's where I was born. And now I live in the Houston metropolitan area with my children. I have a 21-year-old. He just turned 21 this year. I have a 16-year-old. I have a 12-year-old, and I have a 9-year-old. She's about to be 10 in August. I do have a 19-year-old. His name is Jaquan. He did pass away back in 2011 at the age of 4. But I will give you guys, a full video about that, how I got through it. I can definitely talk about it now simply because you learn to heal. You never get over it, but you do learn to heal from it. And so I have healed. There was a point in time in my life when I could barely even mention his name without breaking down. But I've learned to heal from that, and I'm able to cope and deal with it and manage it a little bit better. I can say that, my 2 boys that were here when he was, when that happened, it definitely took a lot of coping for them. I do feel like my oldest kind of went through a little bit more than what everybody else did, but we'll talk about that in another episode. I also have a beautiful granddaughter. Her name is Jaylani. Currently dealing with the whole court situation regarding visitation with her dad and her mom, but you guys will get to see more of Jaylani as, the situation kind of plays out. But if you're like me and you just have a life where everything is like all over the place, you definitely want to subscribe to my channel, because this is where we're about to organize those thoughts. We're about to be real, raw, and uncut on this channel. So I highly suggest that you hit that like button, subscribe, and follow for more. Until next time, bye.